Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Alright, here we are in Game 2 of a Best of 7 show match sponsored by GoSuGuide.com, run by In Control LZ Gamer and Machine of Team Evil Geniuses. The two players are KiWiKaKi, the French-Canadian yellow Protoss player over here on the left side of Scrap Station, and his opponent is the Ukrainian Zerg Terror MTW Dimaga, and both of these guys have had very recent, very impressive tournament results. Dimaga took third place at the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge in Cologne, Germany about a month ago, and KiWiKaKi took second at Major League Gaming Raleigh in North Carolina just 2 weeks ago. So both of these guys coming off of very good tournament appearances, playing against each other for $200 in this best of 7. Just a nice show match put on by GoSuGuide.com, but for anyone who missed it, I am casting the entire series. A, because I did not see the games live, and I'm interested to see how they went, and B, because I know you guys will want to watch them as well, and I like to bring you guys interesting series and games and things like that. And I highly recommend commentary number 94 was pretty good commentary. If you look on my channel, take a look at that. But into this game, Dimaga is not going to be dropping that spawning pool extremely early like he did last game, so looks like he's learned his lesson a little bit. KiWiKaKi knows how to defend against 7 pools and 8 pools and every kind of pool there is, so Dimaga going to be taking a different approach this time. He does get that extractor first, then the spawning pool, setting up nicely for fast Zergling speed. KiWiKaKi does have his probe hanging outside here at Dimaga's natural, just in case he does ever want to try to expand, he can delay that. KiWiKaKi also dropping this forward pylon here, creating a choke point of his own out here beyond the destructible rocks, beyond his own ramp, and beyond this area between his ramp and his natural. Actually, I've seen this sometimes be walled off just so he can have his natural and his main to himself, but walling off back here always presents this possibility of these destructible rocks being broken down. We'll see how each player handles this positioning by KiWiKaKi. So the spawning pool is finished now. He's just going to create 4 lings to kill off this scouting probe most likely and get that queen up for macro purposes. This gas, he does not have 100 gas yet, so something was a little wonky in that build order. Finally, he does have 100 gas and starts that Zergling speed immediately. KiWiKaKi, on the other hand, is getting that forge again, so that seems to be his build of choice against Zerg. Get that forward pylon, create a choke point. Or maybe it's just, against Dimaga, because Dimaga's shown us time and time again that he is not afraid to build Banelings an entire game. So KiWiKaKi may be just doing his own research there. So we saw the series of Dimaga versus White Raw for the King of the Beta Hill tournament, where Dimaga relentlessly threw Speedlings and Banelings at White Raw until he had carriers out. So KiWiKaKi may be banking on the fact that Banelings will be making an appearance with this forward pylon choke that he's constructed here, this wall that he's constructed. And actually, first 6 lings are showing up substantially later than they did in the first game. Dimaga didn't rush them out, he just built them at normal times. Roachworn is now coming out for Dimaga as he gets Lair Tech as well. So 2 gas, 1 base, 1 queen. No natural expansion still. I guess Dimaga is just trying to pioneer that 1 base Zerg play. KiWiKaKi does have a Zealot out now. He is going to lose it to the initial 6 lings of Dimaga. Kind of a poor play by KiWiKaKi. Maybe just wanted to go send some pressure just to make sure that Dimaga's building units. However, he did lose that Zealot pretty much needlessly. So KiWiKaKi is going to build a pylon over here by the destructible rocks. Of course, he wants to keep all of his bases covered. Oh, he's getting a very fast Stargate. Wow, sorry I kind of flaked on that. I assumed he wasn't building anything back at his main just because of this very front setup. I thought he was going to be expanding much faster than this, but instead he gets that fast Stargate out. Dimaga looks like he is going to be totally unprepared. Luckily for him, he does have a lair. Unlucky for him, he has not scouted this Stargate and probably won't for a while. Like I did, he probably assumes that all the buildings will be taking place here at the front and that Kiwi will be naturally expanding very quickly, but this first Void Ray could do some damage on its own. I'm a fan of waiting for that second Void Ray. He has it queued over here, not sure why. First few roaches are out for Dimaga, so here's what I'm thinking will probably happen. One Void Ray, possibly two Void Rays, will begin marauding around the main of Dimaga. Dimaga's getting a Nidus network? Okay, never mind. My prediction's totally gone. I was going to say that once the Void Ray reared his ugly head, Dimaga was going to gun it over to the front wall of KiWiKaKi and try and take it out. However, he's already loading them into the Nidus network and getting that worm up way back here. KiWiKaKi has a pylon actually in range of this. How did he not? He is seeing it. Okay, so KiWiKaKi is very obviously seeing this worm. The worm is bursting out. There are not enough ground units to fight against this. There's a sentry. So these roaches... Oh, KiWiKaKi actually did cancel his Nexus, so that's good for him. These few lings are going to take out this spotting pylon. These... How many roaches do we have? So 7 roaches into Nidus network for Dimaga. Let's see how many kills they're able to rack up. We started with something like 31 probes. And we'll see how low that gets. This Void Ray is here now to defend. There's also one sentry to drop a money force field if need be. KiWiKaKi is dropping pylons all over the place, trying to make sure that these roaches can't be as mobile as they'd like to be. There's one money force field there, keeping those roaches a little bit delayed. This Void Ray is now fully charged, just racking up kills. He's got 5 kills now. These roaches are starting to thin out. This worm is still alive, and there are 4 roaches in the Nidus network. One thing that some players still get tripped up on, if you hit unload all on a Nidus worm or a Nidus network, it actually won't unload all. It will only unload the first page. So now, I don't know if that's what happened to Dimaga or if he just loaded those up later on, but that is something to be aware of if that was the case. And so this Void Ray is going to be able to take out this worm with no opposition because Dimaga only has units that will hit ground. KiWiKaKi's already at 26 probes, so at most he lost 6 or 7 probes there from that Nidus roach attack. And there is still no natural hatchery for Dimaga, no additional tech. Actually, no, he does have a Hydralisk den now and some Hydralisk coming out. He's got 3 queens as well to be able to defend against this Void Ray build from KiWiKaKi. So KiWiKaKi is sending his first 2 Void Rays now. Both of them actually have quite a lot of kills already. This one has 1, this one has 15. He is a master Void Ray. KiWiKaKi's expansion was delayed, so that was a decent job by Dimaga, and actually he's trying to throw another worm up now. This one actually has a bunch of Hydras and Queens loaded up in it. These 2 Void Rays are not going to be able to stand up against that, I don't believe. He's actually dropping a Creep Tumor immediately once that Queen pops out there as well. So these Queens and Hydras are going to be able to hold this Void Ray offensive off pretty easily. You can even see he can shoot down at the Cybernetics Core from here, so that could be bad if the Cybernetics Core mattered at all. He doesn't have Warp Gate tech, but that's because he went straight for those Void Rays after walling himself in. Actually, KiWiKaKi doing a good job to get any kills there. He does pop off 1 Hydralisk there. Are more Hydras being made? Yes, if you look at the production tab, Dimaga is making more Hydralisk all the time. He actually... Getting the Cybernetics Core does serve one thing, and that is opening up this wall for Speedlings or Roaches to be able to climb through later on. He can even kill this Forge and prevent cannons from being built. So what is KiWiKaKi doing to defend? He's getting a wall of Photon Cannons up here at the top of his ramp. He does not have enough dough for another Void Ray right now, but he is up to 3 flying around here. Able to take out these Hydras because they don't have the improved range yet. Check out this Hydralisk Den, still no range upgraded. So the Void Rays with their good range and air mobility are going to be able to do just fine against these range 5 Hydralisks. Void Rays have a range of 6. More Photon Cannons being built all the time. Is he at least making more Void Rays? No, he is not. He is going to send these first 3 Void Rays over. This is a huge gamble here because he's basically saying, I think my 6 Photon Cannons, and does he still have that single sentry somewhere? No, I don't see it anywhere. But a robotics bay coming out now. I didn't even see a robotics facility being built. Where's the facility? Okay, it's over there. But the Void Rays are now in the main of Dimaga, killing off this first queen. No, not quite. They are fully charged up, however. These transfusions are coming down from the other queens. But, oh no, only 1 Void Ray is fully charged here. So KiWiKaKi actually loses the charge on all 3 Void Rays. Dimaga, on the other hand, all he had to do is send those Hydras back into the Nidus network. He can pop them out at any time. He hasn't yet. Hasn't really decided what he wants to do with those Hydras just yet. He keeps loading in more Hydras. Finally, he is spilling them out here one at a time out of this Nidus network. And as you see, there's still 4 Hydras there, so he does have to hit unload all one more time. But he is taking over this portion of KiWiKaKi's base, and he's finally expanding. This is the first expansion we've seen out of Dimaga this entire series. And the Hydralisks and Roach Force, and actually a Queen as well, show up to this cannon wall and run away immediately. KiWiKaKi very fortunate to find this natural expansion before anything is there to defend it. They're just going to build up their lasers and nuke it down very quickly. Dimaga does not cancel it, he just straight up loses it. So Dimaga has loaded all his army back into that Nidus network. He's popping them out now to try and kill off these Void Rays for good. KiWiKaKi actually has not lost a single Void Ray, as far as I know. If we check out army lost, maybe he has. I don't know. That's a lot of army lost for KiWiKaKi. That's more than I expected. But Hydralisk range is finally being upgraded. It's almost halfway done now, and it will come in super handy against these longer range air units here of KiWiKaKi. He's going to try and expand again. This time he does have Hydralisks there to defend. KiWiKaKi, on the other hand, is getting Colossus range. That Bay did finish. Range is upgrading. That first Colossus is finished. Climbs right up the cliff there. Unfortunately for Dimaga, I don't think he ever even saw this robotics facility that these Colossi are coming out of, or he would have been able to kill it so easily with just 2 or 3 Hydralisks. Finally, the Void Rays reappear. They are nuking down the Nidus worm very quickly. A transfuse goes down on it, but it still dies incredibly quickly. 2 Queens and 5 Hydralisks are stranded over here until another worm can come out. KiWiKaKi actually did lose Void Rays there. Oh no, so he's down to only 1 Void Ray, and it might go down here if he's not careful with it. Colossus, 2 Colossi actually are done here. He's going to try and nuke this worm down before it finishes. No, he's not going to be able to do that. Extended range has finished, so he might be able to back off here. No, he does lose a Colossus. Wow, so Dimaga very fortunate to be able to take out Void Rays and the Colossi of KiWiKaKi. This game is just bizarre. I have not seen play like this on Scrap Station. If I've seen it before, it was a long time ago, but this hatchery is now about to finish for Dimaga, the first natural expansion ever for him, finally coming in. These Hydras are ready to go against this Void Ray right when it shows up. However, they only get a couple of spines off before it is able to flee. And, you know, obviously air mobility is going to be better for KiWiKaKi than the ground mobility of those Hydralisks. But Aspire now coming in. There's an Evo Chamber already researching missile attacks for those Hydralisks. And it looks like KiWiKaKi's still just building. He's getting an observer now, 2 more gateways. I think KiWiKaKi is sort of running out of ideas here. But, oh, here we go, the observer out, so the Colossi are starting to nuke down these creep tumors. I like seeing that. He actually did kill his own cannon there just so he can have some mobility out of his main base. He does not have Warp Gate researched yet. It is only about halfway done. He did lose his first Cybernetics core before he even started researching it. So all these gateways can only really build straight up right now. He's probably not even going to spend any money on it. He has 1,000 minerals and 300 gas. He can build 1 more Colossus, and now he's starting to do a mineral dump on some Zealots. What are these guys killing? These Hydralisks are killing the destructible debris. Great choice. He could have done that ages ago, but he was under, you know, some pressure from those Void Rays. A couple of Hydralisks do get torched there. Transfuse goes down on another one. 3 Colossi are now up. They do not have any upgrades despite having this Forge out on the field the entire game. KiWiKaKi's money is still very high, 1,000 minerals, 300 gas, whereas Dimaga is under 300 of both. Dimaga is building 7 Corruptors now. Holy jeez, so he is going to be able to kill these Colossi faster than you can say Hive Mind. But I was trying to think of some clever Zerg thing that you could say, but these things are going to die really fast regardless. So all these Corruptors swimming their way through the sky here, gonna find these Colossi, and there's no anti-air except for 2 Stalkers, so if he focuses down these Stalkers he could actually kill all these Colossi just with Corruptors. And they do bonus damage against Massive, not sure if you knew that, so there goes 1 Colossus? No, he didn't even kill the right Colossus, he switched targets, so poor micro by Dimaga there. He could have easily killed that 1 Colossus that was in the red, and probably even the second one in the yellow. So 3 more Corruptors showing up here. He's going to have his huge swarm of Corruptors ready to go, killing those Colossi. So KiWiKaKi cranking out Stalkers now just to be able to defend against these Corruptors. However, all these Hydras and Roaches are good to go. There has not been another worm build. He will need to do that quickly if he's going to continue this assault from the inside. All these Corruptors here, able to take some more shots at the Corruptors. He needs to micro these and hit the right ones. He's hitting the one in the front, but he does kill it. With the combined forces of his entire Zerg army, he does kill all the Colossi there. Pretty much all he has left are Queens and Corruptors and a couple of Hydras. He is warping in Stalkers frantically, trying to ward this off. However, 3 Queens can actually do a ton of damage with this many transfuses, and the Corruptors are even corrupting the Stalkers. So these very beefy Queens and Roach are going to be able to kill off all these tier 1 units of KiWiKaKi. There goes that sentry. Is another worm built? No, 3 Hydras just hanging out over here where the worm was. This one cannon has 3 kills, but those were not very important. Robotics facility goes down, and KiWiKaKi GG's. So very creative gameplay out of Dimaga, and well played. So let's move into game 3 now between KiWiKaKi and Dimaga.